Hello everyone, this will be a review of the marker griffons. These are the newer models and we're going to see if it is still worth it in 2024/2025. So briefly, let's go over this binding, how it works. First, there's a toe piece. It has these wheels in here, if you can see them. If I can get the light right in there, you can kind of see it there. There's these wheels and this toe piece goes out. There's a spring in here. The toe piece goes out. And then this heel piece pops up when you step on it with the spring in here. And it rides on this track. The track mounts to the ski. And then you can adjust it here on this track. So what are the pros and cons of this binding? Well, the pros are that, number one, it's relatively light. Number two, it's relatively cheap. Number three, they're much more adjustable than a lot of other bindings. You can fit a variety of boot sizes in here. Nothing like a demo binding, but you can get maybe plus or minus 2 boot sizes out of these. Maybe more, it just depends. Now, another plus is that these have been around for a long time. I've been skiing on griffons or jesters, the same design, for over 10 years. I've had them on 2 or 3 different pairs of skis, so I've had a lot of time on these bindings, and I can tell you how they work, how they perform, durability, things like that. So plus is they've been around for a lot of time. They're trusted by a lot of people. Every shop has a marker binding. It's just kind of the standard nowadays. And they're going to be a reliable, durable binding that is going to work. So that's the plus. A well-known name, been around for a long time. Some of the minuses or the cons are that, number one, the stack height on these is relatively high. Nothing like a race binding or anything like that, but they are you're kind of taller up there. You're not as close to the ski. Number two is that there's a lot of plastic in this binding. This track is plastic. These wheels, they're like a plastic or composite. Number three, that means that the durability is going to be a little bit lower. These bindings will wear out a little bit faster than some others, like a lug pivot, but that's also reflected in the price. Another downside is that because these are so plastic and the stack height is high, your power transfer and performance may be a little bit lower on these bindings, if that's the type of thing you're looking for. Not that these won't perform well, they're just not the same as a low and close to the binding type of binding. You know, they're a little bit higher. Some other things to consider: in snow, they work really well. They clip in real easily in deep snow. Usually I just kick my toe piece into here a couple times and maybe scrape the back off, and they always pop right in. They even have this handy dandy bar at the top here to scrape the snow off so you don't scrape the top of the binding. Scratch it up, keep it looking nice. That is really helpful and really nice that that's there. It does work really well at scraping the snow off. So now let's get into who these bindings are for. These bindings are best suited for basically anyone. They are a good all-arounder and they will work for just about anyone. If you're a park skier, an alpine skier, a couple times a year skier, an everyday skier, these bindings will work for you. They're very good performance. They're very well trusted. A lot of pros, professional park skiers do use these bindings. They are more on the freestyle side, free ski side. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a race binding. These aren't really it, although they do work pretty well all around. They're cheap enough that a beginner or someone that doesn't ski as much can justify buying these, but they're not too cheap that they will wear out or not be suitable for your hard charging park skiers. I've skied a lot of park, a lot of big mountain on these bindings, and they hold up just fine. You can trust these bindings. They go up to DIN 13. They make the jesters, which go up to 18, I believe. But 13 is good enough for me. I usually run an 8 or a 10, and that's right in the middle of the range, which is perfect. I'm only a 160-pound skier, so I don't need the biggest of DINs. If you have a higher weight, 200 plus pounds, then maybe these wouldn't work for you, but they're just really good all around. Or if you're really, really charging, doing really crazy stuff, then maybe not. But besides that, they're really good all around. So you really can't go wrong with getting these bindings. They will give you the best of everything. They won't be maybe the highest performing binding that you've ever had, but they will be good for everything. I've used them in park skiing, like I said, big mountain, freestyle, alpine, carving. They do it all. So I'll talk about some of the cons. So some of the bad things, like I said, are the durability. If you're on the side of you ski often or you ski a lot of park hard, then you might start to show some issues with these bindings. We'll talk about some of the things that happen. So first of all, this plastic plate can get weak and the plate doesn't move connected to the ski, but the plate and the rear bindings, see, they ride on these rails here, which are the same rails here, but they can get worn out and have a little bit of wobble. So your heel piece can wobble side to side a little bit. It's not going to come off, but it will add more play into the binding and reduce your power performance over time, especially if you're carving hard on them. Another thing is these toe wheels here. You can just barely see. These will start to wear out and become squared. I have an example here on my Marker Lords. It's a different binding, but the same general design. You can see here, can you see? Yeah, you can see that square edge. They will get squared in certain spots for some reason. These could have just been defective, but I did notice that they will wear out over time. So, that's a big issue because when this starts, you'll have play in the toe piece, and then you'll have to retire the bindings, which is what happened to these. I bought these in 2019. Got maybe 4 or 5 hard seasons out of them, and the toe pieces just started going. So if you ride hard, you will wear this binding out relatively quickly, within 2, 3, 4 seasons, depending on how much you ski. So that's the main downside with these. They are rather cheap, but for the quality you're getting, but in 2 to 3, 4 years, you will start to wear them out, and they will show their age and wear. Something maybe like this look pivot, all metal construction. I mean, it's metal. It's all metal except for this piece, but this plastic piece is mainly just for show. All the main important parts are all metal. So something like this will definitely last you a lot longer. But to conclude, they are a great overall binding. They will work for anything you're doing, and I trust them to release. They do release pretty nice because the toe pieces do pop out. Maybe not as smooth as something like a look pivot, but they are really good. So I trust them to be safe. They are a great cheap option. If you can find them for a deal, they are totally worth it, and I would put them on my bindings again. If you have the money, there are nicer options, but overall, you can't go wrong with these. If you're anything an intermediate or below, these are a good choice for you. They will last a while. You won't even notice the difference. If you're an expert skier and you spend a lot of time in the park charging hard, then you might want to consider buying something different, or just buy these knowing that you'll probably have to retire them in 2 to 3 years. And I told you where some of the wear spots are. So with that, I'm going to conclude. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned because I plan on doing more of these gear reviews and just helping people in general with their ski gear. So thanks, and have a great rest of your day.